Hola guys, buenas tardes. John here con mi bebecita 420. We're about to head out, but I wanted to share this story with you guys because it applies to a lot of you guys that are watching my videos, and I don't want you to end up like this guy. So this 25-year-old Asian dude went to Medellin on November 6th, and he was found murdered 4 days later. He went on a Tinder date, and he got drugged and robbed by the scopolamine and these girls and cartels that are doing this out there. So I'm gonna read the story. I thought this was super important. For me to share this with you guys, because a lot of people keep wanting to go out there to go get laid for cheap. And hey, la muchacha responde a las 3:30 por esto teléfono. So I wanted to share that with you guys because even viewers keep telling me to go down there, and I keep saying, why do I need to go down to Colombia, Medellin to go get laid when I got everything I need here, an overabundance of it 24/7. Plus I even have the non-working girls, you know, that come over and hang out, like her hanging out just smoking weed. And you know, this is happening more and more. And just because you don't hear about it, and you've heard of guys going down there and nothing happened to them, but it's happening a lot more now. And this one just happened to a guy who went for his first trip. So I'm gonna read the article that I saw. Si vamos a ir a Plaza Río. Sí, pero a las 3:30.
Sí, ahorita que regrese de por eso.
Sí. Responder a ella. So I'm gonna read the article right now. It says, California man 25 found dead in Colombia after he went on a date with a woman he met on Tinder. And there's a picture of the guy, the Asian guy right there, 25 years old. He went to Cal State Fullerton. I went to Cal State Fullerton too. So like, this hits close to home, you know? The guy, Paul Nguyen of Orange County, flew for the first time to Medellin with one of his friends on November 6th, and he was murdered 4 days later. He's the 25th foreign tourist murdered in Medellin this year. So I'm gonna stop right there, guys. Like, this is just the ones that are reported. There's a lot more that goes on that people don't even come forward to report, or not even just, these are guys that died from this stuff that's happening over there, getting drugged. Yeah. This is just the 25th foreign tourist that actually died. And that's people that actually got murdered this year. The year's not even over yet. And there's a lot more happening of the guys just getting robbed. Luckily, they didn't get killed, because like what's happening is this scopolamine, the devil's breath. Look it up on Vice, on YouTube. So many documentaries and so many people coming forward making videos showing that they were a victim of it. Because it's so strong, it makes you become a walking zombie and do whatever the people tell you to do. If they tell you to go to the ATM and withdraw money, you'll go and do it for them. If they tell you to bring them to your apartment, you'll do it, and you'll even help them unload all your stuff and help them put it in the car. There's videos. I'm gonna show you guys videos after this of like that I saw that shows people going finding guys that have been robbed and coming forward and sharing their story. It has a video of the guy actually helping the people bringing down his luggage and stuff to put in the car for them. It's crazy. And you guys want to go and put yourself in that kind of position to be a target, setting yourself up as a target for this to happen? You know, that's why it's important for you to for me to tell this to you guys. And he didn't even go by himself. He even went with a friend, and it still happened to him. You know, this drug is super strong. These people that are giving it are not pharmacists. They don't know you know, how much dosage to give. So if they give even just a little bit too much, you can end up in a coma or die like this guy did, you know. And and what happens? Does anybody get caught? No, nobody gets caught. They get away with it. The people that do it are super professional. They know what they're doing. They're in cartels, and they're in a gang that is doing this kind of stuff, organized crime, you know, and taking advantage of tourists and stealing all their stuff and getting away with it. And it's happening more and more because they never get caught, and it's so lucrative for them. They prey on a lot of people and take all their stuff, all their phones, tablets, computers, drones, you know, laptops, their luggage, passports, cash. Pretty much wipe you out. Some of them take even the clothes you're wearing, so you end up naked, so it takes you a long time to come outside and report them, you know? So I'm gonna continue reading the article. So yeah, guys, it's happening a lot more, and I'm gonna continue reading this story for you guys, so that way I want you guys to avoid this, and I'm gonna give you my recommendations on what to do instead. Because, like, you know, imagine if this guy just went to Tijuana instead. You get the same thing, if not better, in a safer environment, you know. And Tijuana has the fucking reputation of being a bad place, you know, and it's a lot safer than down there because they're protecting their cash cow down here. They don't want American tourists dying here, you know, and that news to spread out, because that would kill their business, and then that's bad news for everyone that's involved in this industry, you know. So they protect it and they make sure that nothing happens, you know, and they do a good job if something does happen, you know, covering stuff up and not getting it reported. But if an American or something happens to an American and their family starts spreading it on the news, and the news gets wind of it in America, can kill their business or like make them take a big hit. And like here, it's in a better, safer, controlled environment where you don't got to worry about this kind of stuff happening, you know. You got to worry, but not as much as like what's happening down there. So I'm gonna continue. His sister Amy Nguyen told KABC that he logged into his Tinder account and went on a date with a woman last Wednesday. Online news portal InfoBay reported that Paul had a place in mind where they were going to eat in Medellin city center, but that the women had convinced him to go to a different restaurant in the neighborhood of Los Laureles instead. According to the local newspaper El Colombiano, a source with knowledge on the investigation said Paul used a credit card to make different payments at businesses that he had shared on his Instagram of 2 photos with the woman he was with. The Cal State Fullerton graduate was last seen walking out of a bar with a woman on Thursday around 2 a.m. And then Paul was found dead at 5 a.m. about 4.5 miles away in the neighborhood of Robledo. Amy said the authorities believe that Paul was drugged and robbed. For sure he was drugged and robbed. Like, that's how it happens. They didn't say the scopolamine in this article, but that's knowing like what's going on in down there and how much research I've done about it, and my viewers sending me stuff about the place. It's super popular, you know. This devil's breath is what's getting all the tourists and the people that they take advantage of down there. They took all his stuff and his belongings. We know his cards were swiped after 4 a.m. She said, we believe there were multiple people involved in this, and she was just there to lure him in and set him up. So guys, this is what's happening. They use the girls to lure you in. They get you on Tinder or some dating app or wherever you find them online, and then it's a lot of time it's not even them. It's like a call center now that they're setting up with offices that people are actually, they're just having profile after profile made, and they're answering and trying to lure people into dates, and then they use the girl, kind of like automating the process and like using the girl to lure you in, and she's like the bait that they throw out there, and you bite, and then once they get you, they reel you in, and you're done. You might end up the least worst case scenario is them just taking all your shit and you waking up the next day like fucking drugged, like all drowsy and shit, and with nothing in your hotel, your apartment, wherever you're staying is cleared out. And then worst case scenario is the coma and dying, like what happened to him. You know, imagine that. 25, so young, man. Like, you guys need to come down. Like, the family, it says here, the family set up a GoFundMe account and $35,000 in donation, which will be used to fly back Paul's remains to cover the expense of his funeral service. So they set up the GoFundMe, guys, to try and help him, you know, bring him back and cover all his expenses. He was employed as a contractor and spent his free time traveling. Every time he was back home, he would always share the most fun stories of his trip, Amy said. He would bring back souvenirs, and he would just tell us all the fun tell us all the fun things he found and how he's happy while he was traveling. Search for the memorial for Paul Nguyen on GoFundMe to donate. So like, you know, they don't mention anything of him traveling down there to go down and look for girls, but we all know like that's what a lot of people are traveling for. So they didn't want to like mention it on a news thing to make it look like that's what he was going for, you know, to kind of put shame into it. But you know, we all know the real reason why guys go down there and like try to enjoy and partake in this. But like I'm saying, oh wow, ya están aquí.
Ese nos va a llevar por el dinero y el Plaza Río.
Okay, so let me just finish this up because our Uber's here already. We're going. So like guys, he could have just gone. So guys, like imagine if he would have seen the video or have friends tell him, hey, we should just go down to Tijuana or the safest Latin American country to go and partake in this. You would have had a much better time and it would have been safer, and like you still would have got the end goal with a hot young Latina chick. So guys, like that's my thing for you guys on this. I wanted to share that with you because it's super important. I don't want to see you guys go down there and this happen or hear a story, you know, of you getting drugged or robbed, and you could just come down here or the other country, another safer country than this place where it's not happening so much, and have a much better time and not stress or have to worry about this happening. I'm not saying not worry, but not have to worry as much about this happening to you or you ending up like this guy. So that's what I wanted to share and like spread the word, you know, because a lot of you guys that watch my channel are going to these destinations, and like I have no interest in going down there, no matter how many, all my friends keep telling me to go down there and pushing me to go down there, but like I said, I have everything I want here and more, so I don't really need to. And you know, I'm telling you guys to do the same thing, come here instead and enjoy. So that's it for now, guys. I'm gonna get into the video of them following the people and catching them, and I'll share that with you. Maybe I'll do it in a separate video so that way we can keep it going on part 2 of this. All right, share this with your friend. Write in the comments if you know anybody that has experienced this, or you yourself have experienced this. You know, it's nice to share so that people that watch the video read the comments, they learn a lot from there, and then they can contribute to, and like you know, you can sometimes learn a lot from the comment section. So guys, I forgot to add this in the video that I was talking about for the guy. I found this as well. It shows who she was, that the girl that pulled it on him, so you guys can be aware. I want to show you guys that she drugged and killed and robbed the Orange County guy in Medellin. This was in his Snapchat while he was on his date, and then here's the Snapchat that he did, and then he put the language barrier is unreal. He was even like so happy and excited to the point where, you know, he had this hot girl. He was so excited to be out with her that he had to show it off on his social media. And you know, it's probably the first time some girl, hot girl, paid attention to him, or he was out with, that he was so proud, and you know, he had to share it with the world that he put it on his social media. And so, you know, at least they got a picture of her, who it was. So, you know, that way they can try to find her, but most likely they won't find her because most of these crimes go unsolved. I'm going to show you in the other video the one that they caught on video, and they kind of did a documentary about it, and where the guy who was drugged found the girl and followed her to Medellin, and you know, called the police and had them waiting outside when the girl and her partner came to try and rob another guy that they put undercover. So, you know, I wanted to share this part. You know, it ain't worth it, guys. Like, this guy got lured in by her with the thought of like getting laid, and you know, yeah, she's super hot, but that's what these people use to lure them in. You know, it's the bait. It's a good bait for them. So, you know, watch out. Like, he even put all these emojis at the bottom, you know, showing how happy and in love he was. You know, he obviously was new to the game, didn't know what was going on, and he got taken in the worst way possible. And like you could tell his excitement, he's got hearts, ha ha ha, and all the things all the way across the bottom, in love, because he thought that this girl actually really liked him. And you know, that's part of why I want to share, like I share these things on my channel. It's not just to get laid or whatever, it's to help for your entire, like, all around in your life, you know, so that way you guys can be well prepared, especially if you're just new getting into this. And especially if you were thinking of going down to Medellin as your first fucking destination, I suggest don't fucking go there. Don't even go there at all, you know. Like, there's better places where you can get the same thing, if not better, than down there, and not have to worry about this happening to you. Like I said, it only takes one time for it to happen. You can be like one of these guys that says, oh man, I go there all the time and nothing ever happens, until the time it does. And then what do you do then? What do you say then? Are you still going to go? There's even one guy who it happened to him and he still kept going, but he's all, yeah, I'm still going to go back. He almost got killed. He was like in a coma for a couple days. Another guy in Orange County, a white guy in Orange County, where it happened to him, and he went on YouTube saying it, and he had no shame to say he'll do it again, or he's still gonna go back even though this happened to him. And it's like, when will they ever learn? Till, you know, he gets a real coma or actually fucking dies, just like this guy, you know. So don't even put yourself in a position to where you can get set up for this. So why even bother, you know? Like, put yourself at the least amount of risk, you know. There's no pussy that's worth it for you to lose your life, or like even get drugged and robbed to where you can get paralyzed or in a coma, or like, you know, at the worst case, you know, lose all your stuff that you worked hard for, you know. And the hassle of having to go through that, if they steal your passport and all your stuff, you're like stuck there in that country and having to go to the embassy and have to deal with that as well. It's a very big problem, you know. So that's my advice, guys. Don't even bother doing it, and like go to one of the better places that's safer, that this stuff isn't so prevalent, and like where that devil's breath doesn't grow naturally and so easy to get access to, you know. So that way you can protect yourself. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's super important, and at least I was able to find, you know, more of this stuff to help share and put a face to it, and so you guys can see what's actually going on over there. So all right, guys. Hope you guys learned something, and, you know, help prevent you guys from this happening to you in the future, or one of your friends too. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios, pura vida, bye bye.
Bye, pura vida.
I didn't even need to say.
Aquí ando.
All right, she was listening. All right, bye. Hola guys, buenos dias. John here. Call me baby. She just got out of the shower combing her hair. Beautiful. Baby, mostrar tu blusa. Show you her blouse. Man, look at that. Yeah. Y tu panties. Con la mota. Check out her underwear. Oh, look at that. Oh, damn. That's amazing. Me gusta. Y tus calcetines también, igual. No. Oh, okay. So I wanted to continue this video because Vice just did an article about the guy that just died. They just put it out, and so I'm gonna read the article, and it says a little bit more, so I thought it'd be worth it to read it to you guys. It said the American went on a Tinder date in Colombia. He never returned. Paul Nguyen from California went on a date in the city of Medellin via the popular dating app and was found dead hours later. A Tinder date in Colombia ended tragically when an American man was murdered in Medellin. Paul Nguyen from California was traveling to a South American country with a friend when he made the fateful decision to meet up with a stranger he connected with on the dating app last week. Nguyen, 27, says on this article, reportedly met the woman in the affluent El Poblado neighborhood of the city, known for its hip cafes, gourmet restaurants, and nightlife. But exactly what happened after is still a mystery. So that El Poblado place, if you do the research on Medellin, that's where everyone says to go. You know, it's like a nightlife spot where all the restaurants and stuff are. It's like a park. There's like a park and all that stuff too around there. And it says Nguyen's lifeless body was found hours later, roughly 5 miles away in a different part of the city. His family learned of his disappearance after his friend became concerned when he didn't return to their Airbnb. So the guy went out on a date, thinking he's going out on a date with this girl, you know, being led to think, oh, this super hot girl really likes him, because it's probably the first time a hot girl ever responded on Tinder or whatever he uses back home in America, if he's been trying to get laid in America, which a lot of you can relate. Like, you know, trying to go out with girls in America is extremely difficult, and the selection isn't good. It's all single moms, overweight girls with, you know, high expectations, but while giving very little in return and thinking that they're a 10 when they have a term for it called 49ers. They are 4s thinking they're 9s. So that's what these girls are that our selection is in America. And what it says here is his lifeless body was found hours later, 5 miles away in a different part of the city. In the other article I read you, it showed that one thing that happened was he wanted to go meet somewhere, and then the girl changed the spot to another place. And so that's one tip, guys, whether it's here in Colombia, that like this guy, or anywhere else, like I tell you, never make plans ahead, never say where you're gonna be. And like, if you want to go somewhere, you go to the place you're gonna go. Don't let them sway your decision last minute, because this is exactly what I warned you guys about. Like, then you get set up, and he exactly got set up, just like what I explained in some of the other videos, for you guys to be careful of why I don't like to tell the girls, even if they're my friends, that I'm coming into town, or where I'm gonna be, or where I'm gonna be hanging out. If they see me because they just saw me out where I'm at. It gives them no chance to try and set me up. And if I'm planning to bang them, I don't let them know I'm planning to bang them, so that they cannot plan ahead to know where we're gonna be at or where I'm staying, you know. And if they ask where you staying, don't tell them where you're staying, you know. Tell them you got an Airbnb, and if you got a separate room to do the banging, that is even better. That way your stuff is protected. Your stuff is all protected, and if you get drugged and robbed, there's not much for them to take except for what's on you. And like, hopefully it doesn't ever happen to where, you know, they overdose you and then you end up dead like this guy. Beautiful joints in the morning. This is a great way to start the day. Wow. Wow, está muy corto. Wow. I said it was really fat, and then she said like you, and she grabbed my cock. She's so funny. Salud, baby. Y salud por ustedes. Here, take a hit of this, guys. But yeah, guys, that's why I wanted to read this part, because it kind of like says some different stuff. It left out some stuff, but so it looks like he went on a date and told his friend he'll be back, and like I showed you, he was so happy and so excited that the first time you could tell in his excitement, he was posting all this stuff on his social media trying to show up. And then his friend said he didn't come back, and it said the family took to Reddit hours after to look for help, and said that the guy's credit card was recorded several transactions at ATMs in the Laurel's neighborhood, and his body was discovered a short walk from the ATM several hours later, the morning of November 10th. So it looks like what ended up happening is they drugged him and got him. They made him withdraw stuff out of the ATM, and then he probably collapsed somewhere else, like near the ATM, because he couldn't take it no more from the drug. Unless they already got him to give his PIN number and stuff to them, for them to be able to do the withdrawals and stuff. Because you know, like this devil's breath will make you do the thing, whatever they tell you to do. So it's a pretty scary drug. and it grows naturally over there in Colombia, so that's why it's happening so much. And I want to talk to you guys about why it's becoming so popular and what. She likes recording us all the time. And why it's becoming so popular. So the way that like these Latin countries, even the East Asian countries, is like when a business, let's say, when you go to these places, it's not. Oh wow. When you go to these places, you wonder why, like, let's say, for example, here in Tijuana, they have this place called Plaza Tecnología or Plaza de la Mujer. And in the Philippines, they got a place like that called Green Hills. And it's like, it makes you wonder when you walk in there for the first time, like, why the fuck are all these cell phone stores all next to each other? Like, the same thing, selling the same thing, selling the same thing, all neighbors selling the same shit. You know, you wonder, like, why the fuck don't they become original and think of something else? But I get their thinking. You know, they're thinking it's convenient. You know, it's easy for you to shop and to like compare prices. All the customers know that this is where it's at, and that's what they need to do. So, but it doesn't make sense because they're all selling the same shit. And like, you know, so that's the point I want to bring up, because in Latin American countries, let's say, like in Colombia where this happened, where this happened, man, it's getting really smoky in here. Where this happened, wow, you got such a nice ass. So, like the cell phone example, like, let's say, one guy starts a cell phone store, right? And then other people start seeing that this guy, a cell phone repair shop or accessories, and then other people start seeing that this guy's doing well. All the people are going to him, all the customers, he's getting a lot of business. And, you know, so then what they have is they call them copycats, where, you know, the next person wants to do the same business because they think, oh, this guy's making a lot of money. And, so they set up the same thing and do it right next to him, or like around the corner or across the street or whatever, because they know that like it's working there. So they start doing the same type of business because they see it's working, so they copy him. So the same thing is happening with this, this scopolamine thing. Like I interviewed a guy at the guy who retired young in Jaco at Cocal. He was telling me, like, he's all, you can kind of tell a prevalent spot. He said the same thing too. He's all, you just go on Airbnb, and he's all, the way it happened is like, well, once one person starts an Airbnb and then everyone else starts seeing it's being successful, the rest of the people start doing Airbnb. So he said, look on Airbnb, you can tell where everyone is when you see the clusters of Airbnbs. Those are like the hot spots. And it's the same thing, like the people start copying, just like what I mentioned. So now that this devil's breath scopolamine thing is becoming popular because people are seeing that they're getting away with it and they're getting a lot of money and robbing and taking all this stuff, so more and more people are doing the same thing, and they're going to keep doing it, and that's why you keep hearing more and more people are dying, more and more people are getting robbed. So it's only going to get worse, and the Colombian government doesn't really care. They don't really do anything, and most of the crimes go unsolved. They don't catch the people, So I'm gonna continue. I just wanted to make that point, as for you guys that are wondering, like, now you're seeing it more too. If you're hearing about this more, this is the reason why. So the copycats are now all coming together, and like the scopolamine grows naturally over there, so it's easy for them to get. But like in these other countries, it's a little bit harder to get this plant or this flower that grows. So you don't really hear about it happening in other places because it's not too easy to get. And that's another reason why I don't really care to go down there and put myself in a position to make it easier for them to do it to me. The white guy from Orange County who this happened to, who said he's gonna go still, he's been going for a long time and very experienced, and then it finally happened to him. You put yourself in a position to where this happens a lot, eventually your turn is gonna come. So, huh. She said we're twins. She's wearing my sweater. Yo digo, somos gemelos. And so that's why it's happening, and like it's happening more and more, and he doesn't care. He got affected by it. So you put yourself in those type of environments, situations, it just makes you easier target for them to do this to. And so, you know, that's my reason why I've lost all interest to go there, you know, especially if it's just to go bang. I'm not gonna do it. No matter how good the guys say the girls are, you know, it's the same thing. You get so much selection over here of like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of like hot girls. So, and it's all in a more safe environment. So I'm gonna continue. Although Nguyen reportedly shared a photo on his Instagram with a woman he met on Tinder before his disappearance, Colombian authorities have yet to make an arrest or a case or announce a suspect. See what I mean, guys? Like I said, even though he has a picture of her, the Colombian police can't do shit, or they're not doing shit, or they don't care. And like, here's the thing, like a lot of them, their attitude, so like I've watched a lot of documentaries and interviews about this stuff, the attitude of the Colombian people and the Colombian government and the police is like, they deserve it. These guys want to come to our country and abuse our women, take advantage of them because they're rich compared to the Colombian women. They come in here with their dollars and like take advantage of their economy and their girls and do sex tourism over there. Their attitude is they got what they deserve. So that's why they don't care to do these things. So guys, if you're going down there and like this stuff happens to you, they're not gonna really care. They're not gonna really work hard to like protect you or do any kind of investigation after. All right, let's keep going. So his family posted on Reddit that his PayPal account allegedly made a $500 transfer to an account associated with a woman named Natalia Andrea Arias at 5 a.m. while he was still missing. Authorities believe that he was drugged before being robbed, according to Semana. Of course he was. How else is he gonna do that? Unless it was like here in Mexico where they don't need to drug you, they just fucking put a knife to your throat or put a gun to your head and make you do it. So, you know, it says, you know, you would think the girl, I don't know if this is really the girl's name. It could be. They could be dumb enough to put the real name and claim the PayPal and be like, where are they gonna find her? You know, if she has a fake address or an old address that's listed on her PayPal, they ain't gonna find her. And she'll just deny it. They don't really have proof. And they could just say that he actually did owe her money or whatever, and that's the end of it. Or he paid for service. He's a victim of a cruel and senseless crime. These people chose money and greed over a single thought of my brother's life, his sister, Amy Nguyen, wrote on a GoFundMe page created to help fund and bring his body back to the U.S. As of this publication today, the page has raised $35,660, exceeding the goal of $15,000. Paul was my older brother who was always there to take care of me. He was there to support me through my ups and downs and shoulder to cry on. I hope everyone who knew Paul stays strong, she wrote. Druggings and robberies of foreigners facilitated by drug dating apps is not uncommon in Colombia. Tú usas la máquina por eso. Mejor cuando tú usas tus manos, me gusta mejor. She used a little machine to make this one. I told her I like it better when she rolls it freehand. So, druggings and robberies of foreigners in the dating apps is not uncommon in Colombia. In August, a woman and two men were arrested in Medellin for allegedly running a similar scheme on Tinder, where they would meet foreigners on the app, drug them, steal their valuables, drain their credit cards and other pay accounts. I don't think the one in August is the one that I'm going to show you the video of in the next video of like them catching, oh wow, es una cigarra, una gallo. ¿Ya fumaste? ¿Ya? ¿Ya no tiene? Oh. Pero, oh sí, te eché. Ya no hay. So, guys, again, even my friend that Mr. X who goes down there a lot and has business down there and like has employees, he's even thinking about stopping going down there or just to go for like immediate stuff and you know, and just come here to Tijuana instead. Alright. She brought her little container and she's gonna pack it with some weed. ¿Es puto y tu novio? ¿O tu otro puto? I said it's for her other boyfriend. Tu puta! She's gonna use it with her amiga, which I think is her boyfriend. Todas las chicas dicen esto. Oh, es mi amiga, pero es una amigo o una. Sí, they say it really is her friend. And I said, oh, it's your other boyfriend or your puto. She said, no, you're the only one. Oh, see what they say. Who knows? They're so young and like it's hard for me to believe or trust, but I see what they do, you know, like it's even though it makes me want to believe it, I don't believe it. I told her that too. That she's all, you're the one going out with all the girls. I'm like, but you already know I'm telling you the truth. Lucky, no. Come here, Lucky. He kept jumping up and jumping up. Say hi to everybody, Lucky. Hola. Hola. He likes the weed. He wants a weed treat. My other dog right here is getting jealous. Oh, it smells so good. It smells almost as good as her. Mira todo. My other dog's wondering what's going on. ¿Qué tal con tu bonga?
Oh, bien, baby. Está bien sucia.
Sí, muy bien. Por eso está usando.
Ahí está en mi casa. Nada más que creo que voy a comprar otro de esos para debe de estar ya no sé limpiarlo. Voy a comprar mejor otro de esos
para limpiar. La química puede usar. Yo tengo la química para limpiar este bonga también. ¿Recuerdas? Está muy quemado, sí. Pero el muchacho limpiar con la química, solo poner la química ahí.
Es lo que voy a hacer con mi bonga.
Yeah, she said her bong that I got her is very. She said it's very pretty, and she used it. It's really black already and burned. I said, oh, there's a chemical that we can get to clean it. But, anyways, guys, I know these videos all came connected because they came on different days. So that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. Even though it's a little bit long, it's very important for you guys to know what's going on, especially for you guys that are in this type of lifestyle and you're planning on going down there. Be careful, learn from this guy's mistakes, you know, so that it doesn't happen to you guys. Lila, no. Yeah, so you guys be careful. And like I said, you're trying to get laid, you don't need to go all the way down there. I keep telling you guys, it's down here, so close to home. Don't think just because it's so close to home that it's not good. It's really good. They did a really good job of taking advantage of their location and making it the best it could possibly be. You're gonna pay a little bit more, but it's no different because of location, you know? It's no different than being like a convenience store where, you know, the same bottle of water is going to be a lot more expensive at a convenience store versus at a grocery store because a convenience store is in a convenient location. And these bars and clubs down here are in a convenient location. So look at it like that way. You see all these guys complaining that, oh, it's so expensive, I'm going to Colombia or this other country where it's super cheap. But yeah, you got to pay for a flight. You got to go through the hassle going through the airport so far, through different customs in a different country where it's a little more difficult with all their regulations and restrictions, you know? So it's up to you guys, but that's my take on it. Don't be so desperate to where you get yourself set up. So that's it for now, guys. Share that with your friends. Maybe you know somebody, again, that this happened to, or you know, attempted to, or they're planning to go down there, or they're down there. Share this so that they'll be aware too. All right, guys, that's it for now. Signing off from Mexico. Call me baby. Peace, adios, baby. Dar beso. All right. Bye-bye. Well, guys, if you coming down here to Cancun, Playa del Carmen, I have friends down here as well that can take care of stuff. If you're heading down to Costa Rica, I got friends in Costa Rica that can help take care of the stuff, you know, help assist with transportation and activities and lodging and things like that. And then the business that helped me live this life is the credit card service business. So if you own a business and you're still paying the credit card fees, you don't have to do that anymore. Stop wasting your money. could be enjoying it every month instead of like whatever you're paying to the bank, 1,000, 2,000 to the bank every month. You take it and go on a vacation. Look at the ocean, how beautiful it is down here, and the weather's perfect. It's so early in the morning, I'm already sweating. It's tropical, and like people are swimming down there, if you could see. And the only thing I wish that was down here is that there was more waves. But like I said, if you own a business, you don't have to pay for the fees. You can use it for vacation, take your family out, reinvest in your business, or whatever it is you want to do with it. It's way better than wasting it, paying it to the bank and getting nothing in return. So that's it. Send me an email or write in the comments. I'll be glad to help you out. All right, that's it for now. Talk to you guys later. Adios. Pura vida.